If you struggle with impromptu speaking, especially something like storytelling, this is a game I think you'll really, really enjoy playing to get better at it. You seem to like games. I've put a couple up here as exercises and they've gone absolutely bonkers and I've had a great response to them. So I'm going to put some more up. I'm going to create games as exercises. So a lot of you struggle with impromptu speaking. How do I just speak off the cuff? How do I sound fluent? How do I tell a story? So this is a game specifically to help you with that. Now, what I want you to do is grab an object, something that's in your room. It doesn't matter what it is. I've got a choice of things here. So I could choose this notebook. I could choose my glasses. I could choose my mug of tea. Another notebook. What else have I got? I've got a hairbrush and I've got my Kindle. Right, I could choose one of those and I'm going to talk about it and tell you a story about it. So I'm going to choose my Kindle. So this is the story of this particular Kindle and the cover that's on it. So this isn't the first one I bought. The first one I bought when I converted from books to Kindle. Controversial, I know. I never thought I would, but I did. And I bought the Kindle and I took it on holiday with me last year. We had the most amazing holiday in Italy and I really relaxed and I read so much, so many great books on my Kindle. And I loved the cover I bought because it's a beautiful blue colour. As you can see, I like blues and greens, and it meant I could tell my Kindle apart from everybody else's because they all look the same, right? And then coming back through the airport, we were delayed for several hours. So I sat in the airport and I read. And I got on the plane, I went to get my Kindle out of my bag and it wasn't there. I had left it in the lounge and we took off and my Kindle was left behind. And I was absolutely gutted. I tried ringing the airport. I tried their lost and found. I tried everything, couldn't get it back. And I know it's just a Kindle, but actually it was part of my holiday, a really, really special holiday where I'd read all these special books and I was absolutely gutted that I'd lost it. And I was sitting at home one night and my partner came home and he bought me a new Kindle. Not only had he bought me a new Kindle, he had sourced the exact same cover that he knew I liked. But not only that, he'd sourced a better version because the old one I had just opened and shut like a book, which is one of the reasons I liked it. This one has a stand, so I can just sit there and change the page like this and be really lazy. Or if I'm standing on a train or the tube in London, the metro in London, I can stand like this and read standing up, strap hanging quite happily instead of scrolling on my phone like everybody else. So I can read a book. So I absolutely love this for so many reasons. Partly because it was bought for me by somebody I love very much, who was really thoughtful, but also because it reminded me that sometimes when you lose something that's important to you, whether that's a thing or a person or an opportunity, life has a habit of giving you something better instead. Have a think about when that's happened to you. I'm sure it's happened to you when you thought something was a disaster and you look back on it and you think, actually, that was a blessing. Have a think about that. Have a think about my Kindle. You see what I've done there? I've just taken an ordinary object and I've told you a story about it. A personal story, and I've tried to tell it in a storytelling way. So I put a bit of suspense in there. You know something's coming, you know something's going to happen, and lo and behold, yes, it does. I leave it behind. But at the end, I also ask you to think about something. I asked you to think about what losing something and then getting something better means to you when it's happened to you. So what I've done is I've just told you a story. I've given you a takeaway at the end of it. And that is really, really effective storytelling. Now, I've done several things in that example. You don't have to do all of that. All you have to do is grab something and talk about it. Impromptu. Because what that does, it will make you just so much more confident about speaking about pretty much anything. And because that object is yours, you have a connection to it. So it's easier to speak about than when somebody gives you a random subject, which is a game I put up here in a post the other day where you talk about a random subject. This is personal. This is something to do with you. So it is easier to talk about it, to get yourself in the habit of being fluent. So try that game. Grab an object from somewhere, maybe something that means something to you, maybe something that doesn't. Just see how it goes. Maybe I'll try and have a go and talk about my glasses in a minute. But give it a go. It's a game. Play with it and see what happens to your fluency when you do it. Record yourself doing it and see what happens.